Hey, welcome back to Club Fed True Stories. Today I'm going to tell you about a big mistake I made in prison. I could have put my life in danger. You do not want to do this. Stay tuned right after my little intro. Hey, this is Sean Cowgill. Welcome back. Club Fed True Stories. This one is it's a true story. This is something you do not want to do when you're even in the camps. I mouthed off to the wrong guy. And man, ends up he was head of the PAISA'S. I didn't even know it at the time. So you don't want to do this. So anyways, if you don't know, I did a 52-month sentence for wire fraud, where I filed income tax refunds for all my tweaker buddies and homeless guys, and I did so many that I had to train people how to do it, and now I owe the government $1.7 million. They want their refunds back. So all the homeless guys get to keep the refunds. I have to pay the government back. The thing was, I was one of those homeless guys when I started out. So at the time, I didn't care. Go ahead, throw me in prison. Give me 3 hots and a cot, Give me a place to live. Well, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. So I got out about a year ago. I got 2 more years of federal probation. Because when you get out of prison, it doesn't end. You're on probation. And, they drug test you all the time. You can't break any laws, any violation at all. They'll send you right back. And I hear they don't even give second chances, but I'm not going to find that out. So I'm clean and sober today. Haven't used drugs over 4 years. I live in a clean and sober house. And, life's so much better. So today I'm out here and I'm right across the way from the YouTube building. I thought maybe I'd make a video in front of YouTube, but it's all closed up right now with the pandemic. So I'm right near the amphitheater shoreline. And I'm using my tablet. I don't have fancy cameras or anything like that. But today I have a car. That's a big deal for me, having a car. I haven't owned a car in years, so a little freedom. Still on the unemployment. I don't know if the place is going to hire me back. I was cooking for a drug program, $19 an hour. A place called Father Alfred Center in San Francisco. It's run by St. Anthony's Dining Room, which feeds thousands of homeless people every day. Good cause. So anyways, back to my story. So I had been there about 2 months, and we have 2 buildings. We have 500 inmates, give or take, in the Florence, Colorado Federal Prison Camp where I was at. So I was an RDAP candidate. RDAP is the Residential Drug Abuse Program. Gives you a year off your sentence. Also gives you 6 months halfway time. So out of the 52 months, I spent 27 months at the camp, 5 months at the halfway house, and now I'm free. But I'm not completely free because I'm still on probation. And thank you guys for the comments. I've been answering you back. I love it. I'll answer every comment back. Call me anytime. My number's on the little intro. If you're facing prison time, I'm here to tell you, if you're going to a camp or a low, you're not going to get beat up. You don't have to join a gang. There's no politics, so to speak. You don't have to show your paperwork, and you don't have to be anybody's bitch. But it can be dangerous. I've never seen anybody get shanked or stabbed or killed, but I might have come close. So here's what happened. So there's 2 buildings. One is the RDAP building. It's called the Teller building. Each building has about 250 inmates. So the upstairs is for people waiting to get into the RDAP program. Some of them have been waiting for years. Some of them already finished, and they're just waiting to be released. The downstairs is all the people in RDAP. So RDAP has 100 people in its little membership. So But I knew I had at least a year before I was going to start RDAP. So they started me over at the Summit building. After I'd been there about 2 months, they decided to move me over to the RDAP building. Now, I still got a year or so before I'm even going to start the RDAP. But I'm happy because I'm going to the RDAP building, which means I'm going to get in RDAP. I'm going to get my year off. You know, you're that much closer to knowing you're getting the time off. So they moved me in a cell with the king of the PAISA'S. Now, I didn't know this. So as I go check in with the counselor, and she tells me my cell number, it's a cubicle. They're not cells. Like orange is the new black. So it's 2-man cubicles with these little 6-foot walls in between. You get a locker, you get 2 beds, and that's how it is. And it's not bad. But I walk up and there's 3 or 4 of these Mexican paisa guys hanging out in front of the cubicle that I got to go into, and I'm standing there and I got all my stuff, and they go, "What do you want?" And I go, "I'm supposed to move in here." And they go, "You're moving in here?" And the guy gets up and he goes, "Yeah, I can't say his name. Don't want to put this guy on blast, but we'll just call him Jose." So Jose stands up and he goes, "Oh, they're moving you in with me." And these other guys next, his buddies go, "Do you know who he is?" And I go, "No, I don't know who he is." And they're going, "Well, it's Jose." And he goes, "Okay, man, come back in about half an hour, man. We're doing some things right now." And I go, "What? I got all my stuff. What am I going to do?" So I go plant myself in the TV room, and I come back in a half an hour. They're gone. He's still there. And, you know, so I put all my stuff away. I got my locker, and I put everything down. And, you know, we kind of talk and introduce each other. And he doesn't speak that great English, but he does. And he tells me he works in the kitchen. He doesn't want any trouble. And he says he wants to keep the cell clean and all that. The usual stuff, right? And for one, they put me in with a Mexican. And there's not a lot of race issues and politics in a camp. But the person you're going to live with should be your own race. So if this happens, you immediately go to the counselor and the unit director, your case manager, somebody, and ask them for a move. You don't want to be in a cubicle with somebody from another race. Although sometimes people get along. I've seen black and whites living together, but they're buddies and they knew each other. You know what I mean? So it's different. So anyways, I'm in there, and so this guy works in the kitchen. And the first thing I noticed, the next day, he comes back and he's got his jacket like mine, full of onions and cheese and all this shit he stole from the kitchen. And, I mean, all kinds of stuff this guy stole. His jackets were packed with food. And he'd done this 2 or 3 times a day. He's coming back from the kitchen, he's unloading, he's hiding everything in his locker, under the bed, and then not 10, 15 minutes goes by every time. 15 minutes go by, people are coming by, and they're trading them meats for the onions and the cheese and the bell peppers he stole, and, you know, everything else. And this goes on all night long. This guy's wheeling and dealing. And it's like, you know, the second night I come back to my bunk, and there's 3 Mexicans all sitting there on his bed, and, you know, but they weren't sitting on mine. And me, the nice guy, I go, you know, if I'm not here, you guys can sit on the end of my bed. Just don't sit where my pillow is, where I lay my face. That was my first mistake. So the next time I come back, you know, there's 5 Mexicans all in my bed, you know, sitting on my bed, sitting on his bed. This guy had so much fucking company, and they're always speaking Spanish, and I don't know what they say, and that was irritating enough, because this is where you live. And I understand you want to have company, but every night for hours and hours and hours, and I'm already thinking, man, I don't want to live like this. So this guy is one of the guys who pays to have somebody clean the cell. He said he's got a guy that comes in 3 times a week, and I should start paying half. He pays him $10 a week, and I need to pay half. And I go, well, I don't have that kind of money, and I'll clean the cell myself. I clean my own cell. He's pissed off about that, and he's going, well, I already paid the guys today coming in, so we're off to a bad start there. He also has somebody come and do his laundry. He has somebody iron his stuff. He's got a guy for everything. You know, he has a guy that comes over and shines all his shoes. This is one of the guys with the 26 pairs of shoes. And I didn't know at the time he was like the head of the Paisa little car that they got in the camp. And I found out later he was. I still don't understand why how he is, because He's not a big guy, and all I saw was a thief. This guy just stole so much shit out of the fucking kitchen. But he'd have these meals. He'd have these guys that come over, and after he's bought and traded and sold all this food and stuff, he has guys come over and they cook all this food, and 10 of them eat the dinner, and they eat it they're all standing around my cell with their bowls, eating their, their burritos and their rice dishes and everything else. And then they leave all the bowls all over the top of the lockers. And then he has a guy who comes, a dishwasher, that he pays for that. And this guy will come and grab the dishes and clean up and all that. And he's got a guy that comes in and dust and clean and mop the floor. And this guy has a person to do everything. So I'm there 4 or 5 days. And the dishes are piled up now for like 3 days. And they're just dirty dishes with the grease and everything on them. And they're in on top of my locker. And I decide, you know what, man, I'm going to say something to this guy. And so he comes in and I said, hey, man, is there a chance you can clean up these dishes today? I mean, they've been here for 3 days. This guy flew off the... Ooh, it's like he changed. His eyes went... This guy gets right up in my face. Do you know who the fuck I am? Do you know who the fuck I am? You don't know who you don't fucking talk to me that way. You go fucking get out of this fucking cell today. You go tell the counselor, I don't care what the fuck you say. Get the fuck out of here today. Ooh, he just snapped on me. And I thought we were kind of getting along, but boy, was I wrong. So I go to see the counselor. She's not going to be there for like fucking another day. And I'm trying to find another guard to change cells. And now you can only go to the counselor. I'm like, fuck. I don't even want to go home, but I live there and it's prison. I got to be there for count. So I come back later at night. I say, she's not going to be there till tomorrow, man. There's nothing I could do, but I'll move, man. I thought we were getting along. He goes, no, we're not fucking getting along no more, motherfucker. This guy's still angry and shit. And I'm freaking out, man. And, RDAP Dan did a video. I'm going to leave a link to this. Sean Cowgill fears for his life. Because I wrote him an email from the prison saying, dude, I did all that I know what to do. I'm scared. And, fuck, I didn't know what to do. So the next day came and I seen the counselor. And I'm going, now I got to play this right. I can't just fucking say anything. I got to move without this guy getting mad. I got to come up with a reason. Why I want to move. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not going to point fingers. I'm going to put it all on me. So I tell the counselor, you just moved me in that cell, and I got in a fight with Jose. I was yelling at him about the dishes, and it's all my fault, but we're not going to get along. Can you please move me? And when I said, please move, she said, well, I don't like Jose anyways. So I'm gonna move him and I'm gonna move you. And I go, don't move him. That'll fucking start more shit. I don't care. I'm moving you both. Fuck. So I go back, and so I had found a guy to move in with. Luckily. And that's another video, because that didn't work out too well. That guy had 3 buddies always sitting in with the cell phones in the locker all the time, and they're talking on their cell phones in my cubicle. 3 cell phones. And he was one of the drivers for the recycling thing. He's coming back with alcohol, and they're drinking and doing cell phones in my cubicle. That's another video. Hey, but I got out of that. I moved. But that guy, at least he was nice to me. We were both white, and he understood why I wanted to leave. But I tell the guy I can't leave till tomorrow. And I told him I talked to the counselor. She's gonna make us both move. He said, "What the fuck? What the fuck you tell her?" I go, I put it all on me, man. I said I started everything. So, you know what she did? It's all 2-man cubicles, but the first one on every range has 3, and it's a bunk bed, and she made him move to the top bunk bed of the first fucking one in another range. He was fucking pissed. This guy'd been there a while, too, man, to move to the top bunk. And I remember I went over there when he's moving this shit. I go, I had nothing to do with this, man. I had nothing to do with that. He's glowing at me. And, nothing happened. I don't know if he talked about me, decided what to do or nothing, but nothing happened. And I told him, I'm sorry she's moving you. I didn't know she was going to move you. And nothing ever happened. I still had a couple of years to go, and I had to see this guy every fucking day. After about a year, we didn't even, he gave me a nod once in a while, like, I see you, but it's all good. One day he was, had these, chili pepper seeds, right? And he's cooking them in the microwave, and they stink up the whole fucking place, It's like, the pepper spray, but it's fucking, and I'm choking. Everybody that's walking by them, and I looked at him, I go, man, I'm fucking dying here. Do you have to fucking do that? I mouthed off again to him. he let it go. I don't know what it was, why they didn't retaliate, and I guess they don't do that in the camps. Maybe I was lucky, maybe he liked me, maybe somebody told him to leave me alone. But don't make the mistake I did. Now, what I should have done was never told the guy, wash your dishes and clean this place up. I thought I did it nice, but maybe I wasn't nice about it. What I should have done, if I wasn't comfortable there anyways, I should have just went to the counselor and said, please move me. The first day she moved me in there, I should have went right back and said, hey, you can't move me in with a Mexican guy. So if this ever happens to you and you have to go to prison, even in a camp, man, stick with your own race. And even then, because I was in with a youngster white guy, and that was just as bad, but at least we're white, and, you know, we weren't at each other's throats. So I got out of that one. But yeah, you want, you know, I'm in my 50s, so I wanted a white guy in my 50s, and eventually I found cellies like that. I moved 7 different times in that prison camp. Not by choice, well, sometimes by choice, but, you know, they move you around, and I had to go to RDAP, and you finish RDAP, you go back upstairs, and all that. Just don't make the same mistake. I mean, I've seen people get the fuck beat out of them, usually for telling on somebody with a cell phone. Gambling debts are a big one, and I've seen people just get socked up, bloody, night of the living dead, bloody skin coming off, everything, black eyes, everything, beat the fuck out of them, right? But they owed gambling debts, and it so, but nobody's ever gotten shanked or killed in there, but people do get beat up, not a whole lot. And I guess what I did wasn't worth getting a beating for, but anyways, you know, it's still a scary, I got through it. I don't know how I got through it. Maybe God was on my side, but there are lessons to learn in the camp. So thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe, hit the like button, you know, leave me some comments, and call me if you need any advice or help or anything. Hopefully you're not going to prison and you're just watching this for the stories, but if you are, you'll get through this. You will have a life after, and if you're going to a camp or low, it's a safe place if you don't make stupid mistakes like I did. But even then, nothing happened. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.